I don't like that you can see all that mess back there. I don't like that. Maybe I should bring it closer. Ouch.
Help your engine.
So I'm gonna just go ahead and get started. I'm not sure who's in here, but hi. I hope you guys had a wonderful day. I had a great day. You can see a lot of crap over there, but that's my whole makeup situation over there. And sorry, but I just don't feel like sitting on the couch right now. Anyway, so the other night on live, we were talking about the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F, which is this book right here. Okay, which was suggested to me by one of my, I'll call him a counselor because I don't think he was technically a therapist, but it was suggested to me and I'm still reading it. So today, while I was out, I read a little bit more of the book and I just wanted to kind of touch on the chapter that I read today because I feel like it would be helpful to a lot of people. And yeah, so I wrote some notes down, but I'm also going to be referring to the book. So if anybody is out there and you're unsure of yourself, whether it be personally, whether it be professionally, no matter what it is, I don't know, maybe you want to pursue an acting career, a singing career, anything, YouTube, whatever, I'm going to share with you something that stood out to me. Okay, so first of all, the name of the chapter that I'm reading right now is The Failure/Success Paradox. So it started with talking about Pablo Picasso and how he was sitting down drawing on a napkin, you know what I'm saying, just sketching on a napkin. Some lady saw who he was and was like, he was getting ready to toss the napkin in the trash. And she was like, "Can I have that?" And he was like, "Sure, $20,000. She was like, "Literally, you just were scribbling on a piece of paper, a piece of napkin, and you're telling me it's $20,000? And it said, "No, ma'am, it took me over 60 years to draw this." So, life's experiences and all that stuff, all his improvements, that's how he came about with that price. So a lot of times with myself, I've not been consistent with things. I've quit on a lot of things. A lot of the things I didn't want to do. Okay, so there was a lot of things that I had to do that I didn't want to do. And thank you for the thumbs up. But now that I've found something that I feel like is my life passion or my purpose, I haven't given up on it. And it's been a while since I started my channel, and I've been through a lot trying to get this channel going. And so I want to point out to you guys that the magnitude of your success is based on how many times you failed at something. It's better to fail at something so you can learn. If someone is better than you at something, it's likely because she has failed at it more times than you have. That's why it is so important to keep going. And that brings me to the title. If you're unwilling to fail, then you're unwilling to succeed. And that's really true. And this is not coming from someone who has everything together. This is coming from someone that's just like you, if you're on the same wavelength, that when you see something's not going your way, when you see something's not going according to how you think someone else's journey was, then you just stop. That's coming from me to you. So really what the book is teaching me is that the standard in which we, the metric on which we base our happiness is it really based off of us, or is it based off of what we see on social media, on TV, out and about? Sometimes I see certain people out and I'll be like, dang, I like the way they put that together. I can't think of that, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to be like somebody else. Whole time, somebody else looks up to what I can put together. Somebody else looks up to how far I've come, even though to someone with like 60,000 subscribers, it may not seem like a lot, but it means a lot to me because it's something that I built. It's something that I was consistent with. It's something that I remember when I first started my channel. And I'm only referring to my channel because, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to make it seem like I have like a whole bunch of subscribers or anything like that. But it was a point in time where I did not think I was even going to get 1,000 subscribers. I was like, people are not going to like me. People are not going to care what I'm talking about. And a lot of that is anxiety and stuff like that. I'm sorry, my bar stools be creaking. A lot of that is anxiety and stuff like that. A lot of that literally is years. I'm 33 years old. So that's 33 years of not everybody, but certain individuals doubting me, telling me that, you're too extra, you're too this, you're too that. And so, really, am I too extra, or are you just basic? Really, am I to this, or are you just this? So it comes from a lot of different things. Sometimes when we doubt ourselves, it's not your fault if you doubt yourself sometimes. Sometimes literally people have drilled into your head that you're just not good enough because you didn't carry out something that they wanted you to do, because you're you, and you being you is your superpower. So I just decided to like come on for a little bit just to, give that little free piece of game for you guys. It's really making me think a lot because in the book, let me read to you guys. I underlined so much in this book. This book is like teaching me so much, but it says here, at some point, most of us reach a place where we're afraid to fail, where we instinctively avoid failure and stick only to what is placed in front of us or only what we're already good at. So I remember when I was younger, I was never good at math, right? So that would be the subject that I would have to work at the most, and I still wasn't good at it. But I would overstudy like English or overstudy anything but math. I was just so afraid to look at it because I already knew in my head, you're going to fail at it. Why even try? But when you are a child, you can't really just tell your parents, well, I'm not going to try because I'm scared I'm going to fail. I mean, thinking back on it now, it probably would have been a whole lot easier to just say that, but you know how it is when you're a kid. So a lot of times I think we don't do things like the book says because we're afraid to fail. But the way we look at failure has to change, which brings me to the next little insert. So this confines us and stifles us. We can be truly successful only at something only at something that we're willing to fail at. If we are unwilling to fail, then we are unwilling to succeed. So this next little part really stuck out to me because a lot of times I feel really anxious when I come online, well, on to record videos and stuff, because when you're first starting out, you want to cater to everybody. And I feel like in my life, a lot of times I try to cater to everybody. Because I'm a Gemini, I have the duality. So I can look at one thing and say, oh, it could be this or it could be that. I can understand a lot of different sides to things. I've been called fake because of it. And it's not me being fake. I'm just trying to cater to everybody, which I cannot do that anymore. Literally, I got to be me. I can't make everybody happy. Like, I just can't, and neither can you. Nobody can make everybody happy. You got to make people happy. That the people that rock with you are the people that are going to be happy with you, period. So, and that's how you can also weed out, you know, who's for you and who's not. Because when you're trying to please everybody, you lose yourself. You don't know what you're lost. You have no idea what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's a mess. So this next little paragraph says, a lot of this fear of failure comes from having chosen shitty values. For instance, if I measure myself by the standard, make everyone I meet like me, I will be anxious because failure is 100% defined by the actions of others, not by my own actions. I am not in control. Thus, my self-worth is at the mercy of judgments by others. So regardless of if you try to make everyone happy or not, somebody is still going to judge you. So it's really, you can't avoid it. And I'm so happy that I read that because it makes sense the way this person broke it down. The author of this book is Mark Manson. This is what he looks like. This is old Mark. And I swear I feel like Mark is a Gemini. I don't know, but so whereas if I adopt the metric, improve my social life, I can live up to my value of good relations with others, regardless of how other people respond to me. My self-worth is based on my own behaviors and happiness. So the next little piece refers to basically the metric on what people think you're supposed to get out of life. Okay. The reason why a lot of us are freaking depressed and feel like failures. This is what we're going to talk about right now. I'm sipping on Castello del Poggio Moscato. Got this from Food Lion. This is one of my, oh, come on. This is one of my favorite Moscatos. So that's what I'm sipping on right now. And don't worry, I'm not staying on long. But if this can help somebody, then cool. So if your metric for the value success by worldly standards is buy a house and a nice car, and you spend 20 years working your ass off to achieve it, once it is achieved, the metric has nothing left to give you. A lot of us feel like that is what we're supposed to do in life. And that doesn't mean that the people that are doing that in life are wrong for doing that. But that's not everybody's purpose. That's not everybody's passion. It's just not. So when you veer off from that, it feels like a risk because it's not the norm, so to speak. Then say hello to your midlife crisis because the problem that drove you your entire adult life was just taken away from you. There are no other opportunities to keep growing and improving, and yet it's growth that generates happiness, not a long list of arbitrary achievements. If you're feeling bad because you think you're not enough, you need to figure out why you think you're not enough. And if it's because other people have told you you're not enough, where are those people now? Are they in your life? Probably not. If they are in your life, that's a whole nother video. Anyway, so in this sense, goals as they are conventionally defined: graduate from college, buy a lake house, lose 15 pounds, are limited in the amount of happiness they can produce in our lives. They may be helpful when pursuing quick short-term benefits, but as guides for the overall trajectory of our life, they suck. So the only way I can kind of break that down in my thought process is like when I'm out and about. This is going to be so freaking left field, but let me just ramble. All right, let me just ramble. So when I'm out and about and I go to Raleigh, okay, sometimes I like to go out there to shop, to just be, because I don't know, it's just a thing for me, right? And when I look around at people out there with their families, I see a lot of the same thing. I see a lot of the same outfits, the same vibes, the same hair, the same. It's like a carbon copy. And I think about it and I'm like, okay, obviously, this is how they feel safe, right? If all of them look like this, then this is the norm. This is the standard. Anything outside of that is like weird. It's like odd. And in order to feel successful, in order to feel like a part of the pack, everybody dresses the same damn way. They wear, this is crazy. Okay. I'm not talking shit, but they wear like in the summer, they wear a certain outfit. Everybody. In the winter, everybody has on a certain outfit. It's just a look. And I know why a lot of the reason is that people do that, in certain areas or whatever, social climbing, the status, all that stuff. Hell, I dress differently when I go different places. Like when I go to Miami, I dress a certain way. I wear like my delicious outfits. When I go to Philadelphia, I dress a certain way because I'm hanging out with my cool aunt and I don't want to look like a country bumpkin up there. When I go to, I adjust. I'm a chameleon, okay? Everybody's not like that. I know that. Some people are like, no, I'm gonna wear what I got on and that's just it. And that's what's up. But yeah. And so, yeah, I find myself doing the same exact thing. But I am like I said, from here on out, I'm just going to do me. Whatever doing me is in that moment, that's what I'm going to do. Because that's what makes me happy. When I go and try to live up to standards that other people set for me and what they think that my life is supposed to be, that's when I get freaking upset. That's when I get stressed, anxious. That's when I start trying to veer off from the path because at heart, I'm wild. I'm free. So I'm not fearful of anything anymore. It's because I've been teaching myself to stop looking at other people and comparing my life to theirs. I don't know what it took for those people to get where they are. I really don't. And so I don't know how many times what did I write down here? Hold on. These successful, well, in my mind, success, like how we say successful YouTubers, right? Somebody with like over 100K is kind of like what they deem successful in these YouTube streets. But really, each day that I make a video, each day that I edit a video, I produce a video, I do my hair and makeup, I sit down to film it, I sit down to edit it for hours on hours on hours for it just to come out looking like a regular ass video. That is successful to me. It is. So either if people just don't understand what it is that you got going on, I don't think it's really your job to make them understand. Either they're going to get with it or they're going to get lost. Like that's on period. But you got to be willing to fail because that's where the triumph really comes from. Like, it was countless times that I was up with my mom crying, like, I can't figure this editing out. I just can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. But something in me is just saying, just figure it out. Just keep Googling how you do something. Just keep learning. Just keep reading. Just keep writing. You're going to figure this shit out. Excuse my French. If it's for you, if it's in your heart, if it's something that God wants you to do, if it's something you prayed on, if it's something that it just like keeps you up at night, if it's something that you think about every single day when you wake up, then that's for you. It's for you. So if you say to yourself, I don't care how many times it takes me, I'm going to figure it out. It's for you. So let me make sure there was nothing else. I know it's kind of short. I don't see anybody in the chat. So I guess I better wrap it up. But the next little piece is, okay, who is this? Okay, so there's a Polish psychologist by the name of Kazimierz Dabrowski, who studied in World War II. So when I say Dabrowski, that's what I'm talking about. So in this next little part, oh, you're welcome, Michelle. You're in here. Okay. I just didn't know if I was talking to myself. I know people just listen. So as long as I know, okay, cool. Dabrowski argued that fear and anxiety and sadness are not necessarily always undesirable or unhelpful states of mind. Rather, they are often representative of the necessary pain of our psychological growth. To deny that pain is to deny our own potential. Just as one must suffer physical pain to build stronger bone and muscle, one must suffer emotional pain to develop greater emotional resilience, a stronger sense of self, increased compassion, and a generally happier life. So when people, I don't know if anyone in here, I can't remember, you have problems with your emotions, with your anxiety, with your sadness. Ashley B, thank you. I'm glad you guys are able to receive it. With your sadness and stuff like that, when people don't understand that, they kind of make fun of you. They you're crazy, something's wrong with you, all that stuff. For me personally, I feel like people that have those depression, anxiety, and all those mental health things, I feel like those are some of the most brilliant, creative people on this planet. And if they just can push past the fear and all those different things, some really beautiful things can happen. Just like people, you break a leg, you have to heal, you have to go through therapy, you have to do all that stuff, right? It's the same thing. And if we look at it that way, I feel like it'll help not only the person suffering from it, but those who don't understand it and don't know how to love somebody that has all that going on. And so pain is definitely part of the process. It's important to feel it, because if you just chase after highs to cover up the pain, if you continue to indulge in entitlement and delusional positive thinking, if you continue to overindulge in various substances or activities, then you'll never generate that requisite motivation to actually change. So if we're self-medicating too much, if you try to just numb that pain just to make it go away, I mean, hey, I get it. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but when it's going on too long and you're just running away from that feeling, it's no good. Now when things happen to me that are painful, I just feel it, because I know that if I run from it, it is going to catch up with me. So I just feel it. Yes, it sucks. It really sucks. So yeah, listen to them damn sad songs. Listen. Do you guys know when I had a really, really, really bad heartbreak a few years ago? And I avoided slow songs and songs about feelings and stuff like that for like 3 years, no lie. I just couldn't even deal. I numbed that pain for so long. What the hell? I numbed that pain for so long. It's ridiculous. And honestly, I had this friend, I used to look at her and I used to say, wow, you are so strong, because she would go through stuff all the time with her ex, and she would listen to them songs and she would just cry. She would just be looking out the window at trees and stuff and just doing all kinds of stuff. I'm like, girl, I can't even deal. So people that can definitely work their way through those heartbreaks, all those things, they're really strong, because at the time I was being weak and I wasn't allowing myself to feel. And you got to feel it. Ashley B said, and LOL, then you end up eating chicken one day and busting out in tears. What movie was that? Yes, you end up just out of nowhere, like just a mess. I don't got time for it. I got a child. Hey, if I gotta be sad, then I just gotta be sad, because I know it's not gonna last forever. But back in my early days, no, I don't want to feel that. So it's definitely part of the process, and you have to deal with those things. If there's anybody young that's going to end up seeing this video, you have to deal with those things, because if not, they will end up having, those emotions will end up having control over you, how you carry out your day-to-day activities, certain things that you're avoiding, because literally certain like scents and stuff like that would trigger me like, oh my God, girl, it was a mess. And then finally, when I was able to think about what had happened and how ain't shit that person was, it was laughable, because it was like, girl, what a joke. As 7 Stars would say, what a joke. So yeah, that's it for today. Unless anybody has anything to add, I just wanted to drop that off, because everybody's dealing with something. Everybody has their moments of self-doubt. And if you go on my Instagram right now, you'll see that I deleted a whole lot of stuff. And I'm not ashamed of the stuff I used to post. It's out there, it's on the internet. But I mean, it was summertime. I'm not going to say I'm not going to dress like that again. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming by. I'm not going to say I'm not going to dress like that again. But I mean, I was trying to follow behind the blueprint of everything else I was seeing. And I'm just honestly, I'm too grown for it. Okay. And it brought the wrong type of attention. So as I wanted my page to grow and all that stuff, I thought that was the only way to do it, but it's not. And honestly, I really don't even think I care about my Instagram page anymore. I only care about YouTube. So it was just bringing all kind of dusties, girl. And I was like, oh my God, like it's getting to the point where I don't even want to go on Instagram, the place where I could just go and scroll and look at, different little stuff. Like it's becoming like a chore, girl. So I had to change some stuff around. So right now, it's not that many pictures on there, so I'm rebuilding it or whatever. And plus, it didn't gain me like a whole bunch of people or nothing. It was just like a whole bunch of thirsty, disgusting men. And really, the people that I was trying to get women followers, because I wanted to, help women. So we'll see where it goes. But anyways, thank you guys so much for stopping by, and whoever's going to see this live later, I hope that you were able to receive something from it, and add anything you want to add down below in the comments. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I'll probably see you again this week, and have a good night, you guys. All right, stay positive. You're welcome. Thank you guys. Okay, bye.